I'm going to start with soybeans today. Trade of the day was soybean swing. You see the trade overnight. We talked about this yesterday, how we like this trade because we were moving from a position lower. The market made the high yesterday, came back around, and I like this trade setup. And we hit the exit at the open, got short, held a short over the weekend. And so nice trade in soybean swing, conservative version. Soybeans day trader 3, grains day trader 3 was short also, plus 475 on the day. This was plus 975 on the day. SR counter trend 2 soybeans, right around break even, end of the day down, I guess minus 1250. So good day in soybeans. Soybeans has not been a huge performer for us in the last few years, but at these prices, I'm anticipating better price action, and so things are cyclical and soybeans are moving, and so I like the prospects of soybeans. One of the could be one of the top markets to trade. If we talk about inflation, we've talked about soybeans, and ever since it crossed through $10, we said, hey, watch this. It could be an inflation indicator. It could go higher. Beans in the teens or 15 or 20. You don't know if inflation really heats up, and it could be a good market to trade. Even the S&P. Tricky day in the stock indexes. Let's take a look at the 1-minute charts all day. We had this pullback on Wednesday. Market moved higher yesterday after being narrow, rally, and then sideways all day, and then sold off. And so this sell-off in the last 30 minutes reminds me of the sell-off on Wednesday. Market was just kind of choppy. It looks like a natural pullback, and then it sold off hard. Looks like a natural pullback rally, and then sell off hard. And so that's the E-mini S&P. And so this was very challenging to trade, to know that this was going to happen because none of the market internals, the VIX was low around 22, 23. It's been relatively low from where it's been. Ranges are narrow. Narrow ranges are typically bullish, and we get the sell-off. So Wednesday we get a sell-off on the afternoon. Friday we get a sell-off, and so it's too early to tell, but would be interesting to see a bear market into the end of the year. Seasonally, we're in a bullish time period. I anticipated higher prices into the close, and our strategies were taking long trades. For the most part, adaptive moving average was long all day, never flipped to the short side. So interesting here how adaptive moving average did not get in on that. I'll have to check, but I think that ranges may have been too narrow to indicate a new trading signal. So adaptive moving average got out at the end of the day. 60-minute breakout. This one is really hurting. Let's take a look at this. So we got short. Nice trade yesterday. It also sold off yesterday at the end of the day too. So, but it was from a high point instead of a low point. So it's so the market sold off. We got short on the 60-minute breakout. Stopped out up here. Short right here. The market reversed all the way up, hit our stop. So we got short at 45 minutes before the close, rallied right to our stop, to the bar of our stop, with 12 minutes left in the session, and then dropped at 25, almost 30 points. The low point here, see, get short there, 35.4275. High there is 35.71. So stopped out and then dropped 30 points. So just absolutely worst case scenario for this trade. One of the things I've considered is a delayed entry. Say, here is the signal, but we don't get in until it rallies to our stop, because it just does this every time lately. Where short side was the right trade to take, but it had to do this rally, massive rally here. It was almost, what was it? We have a 12-point stop loss on this. 12-point stop is a bit tight these days, but you'd think that in the last hour of a sell-off it would be good, but it just keeps coming back to the stop loss. So it's hard to, it continues to be hard to short this market. And you see the ES is compressed on the day. It closed above the day's lows, but the NASDAQ was more distributive, and we'll see that in the charts. So ES after hours, nice trade last night. That was a positive note. And so got long here at the open of the 24-hour session and was profitable. Not a lot of trades. 60-minute breakout short, adaptive moving average, and after hours were the 3 trades, 1 winner, 2 losing trading systems. A 60-minute breakout obviously had pretty steep losses on the day, minus 16.75 on the day. just getting stopped out on those counter trend rallies. QS3, one of our favorite strategies, had 2 losers in a row. You see this all day. It doesn't usually hold this long. Slow day, I thought it would just end kind of sideways on the day. We had this sell-off at the end of the day. And then NASDAQ, and you can see it was more distributed. That E-mini S&P did not take out the early lows. The NASDAQ did take out those early lows, and then it made that V bottom and bounced right back. So nothing ever ends on the low still. There's always the dip buyers curling it back up. And so just one trade really in the NASDAQ. We had VSD also trading today. No trades in crude oil. A little bit of a bounce. This almost looks like a gap. This gap fill in reverse almost took place down here. We have this gap fill in reverse strategy that did not signal, but almost. Esther counter trend. Natural gas. Natural gas is a top performer this year. Plus 175, plus 115, and plus 245. Not huge gains for day trade strategies, but very consistent. You see how well it's done shorting natural gas in this downtrend. So we shall see what happens in natural gas as we go into the end of the year. RBOB, no trades. It's been a slow market this year. We already went over soybeans. Gold, we had Cobra Gold take this trade, plus 575. Perfect trade on the day, catching that move up to the highs right before it fades. And so good trade on Cobra Gold. Silver, no trades. Euro, minus 162.50. And those are the trades on the day. I'm going to show you the other strategy. So here are the beta strategies. Viper, minus 600 on the day. I see that trade right there. VSD had a nice trade going most of the session until it rolled over. And so this is the long only version. There's not a lot to indicate a short signal. We had 60-minute breakout short. This would have indicated a short. This short signal on VSD, it exits at a stop loss or on a short signal. So we set up the short signals to exit a long trade but not actually take the shorts trade. And so that would have actually been a good short signal to take into the close. VSD short entry. And so that would have worked. But you see that trade we were up most of the day on this. You see the green and then minus 250 to end the day at that rollover at the end of the day. And EVP1 captured that short into the close, plus 535. Tick Fader finally had a loser. It's been on a winning streak lately. And you see the trades it's taken: long, short, long, and then long here, lost. And then, yeah, those are the trades on the day. If you have the All Strategy Access, you will get the updates for Beta 2021C. I had a workspace, but I've scratched that. And so all there is B and C. So I might change these to A and B. I don't know. Well, maybe we'll just give it B and C so it won't be confusing. But gap continue in reverse. This is a new strategy that takes reversals. Yesterday it took this trade and tick wave in Q. It's taken a trade back here, but nothing this week. And I'm going to have a more detailed email on this. Tick wave E-mini S&P, VIX on close, PR breakout in Q, VSD ES. This is trading the ES based on the E-mini NASDAQ. Really nice results here. I'm going to make a detailed email on the new updates. 60-minute breakout in Q. There's an A and B version, just basically a few different parameters between. And you see down mostly on the week. You see all these long trades that are losing because you're trying to take this breakout, it rolls over, breakout, roll over, breakout, roll over, breakout, profit, breakout, roll over. And so tricky to take those trades. So Chopper, let's look here. This was up on the day on the NQ, and then it rolled. This sell-off rolled over. So was choppy, profitable, and then roll over. Yeah, the trend. So it was not profitable. Chopper Gold. Now these are two strategies we use as indicators to tell us the nature of the market. We don't trade these. We don't recommend these. They are in the portfolio calculator, so you could. I've experimented with trading them, and sometimes they do really well. You see some really big days in some of these, like back here and back here. Chopper NQ. You see this trade right here, almost $8,000 in one day on November the 11th. So, yeah, this is one of those strategies we're talking about. The premise of this is that a lot of the things that are working right now have not worked the last 2 years. So it goes the opposite of everything we've ever done the last couple of years, and so we use these as kind of an indicator, and I include those in the All Strategy Access. If you get the All Strategy Access, you're going to get this Beta 2021C. I'm excited to explain these to you. Overall, I've stopped trading for the year. I am pausing my trading overall because I want to do some research, and this market environment is tricky and challenging to me. So I'm going to hold off. I've encouraged you to either pull back the number of contracts or even also pause, but it's very, very tricky, and so I want to see what happens after the election is certified or after the inauguration to see if some of this changes, because these moves are different than anything we've seen. So we have to either conclude that we are in a different regime now and we have to adjust, or it's just the strangest pre and post election chop ever, and hopefully it's just the strangest pre and post election chop ever, and that once the market knows which candidate we have, it will clear up a little bit. Otherwise we have to readjust a lot of what we're doing. So I'm going to be watching that closely, doing research and doing updates, and I'm going to stop until 2021 for now, because the drawdowns are frustrating and this choppy price action is too frustrating for me to continue to trade. But I like these new strategies, and I'm looking forward to giving these out to you if you have the All Strategy Access.